for now, let's just, at least for the next 30 minutes or so, get to tune our brains into drawing, a little meditative respite, and introduce a really crazy new drawing exercise from Nicolaides. It gets crazier every week, and now we're really at a whole new level. We're going to be talking about right angle drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the course. Week 8 is already here. It's hard to believe what an 8 weeks it's been. And we're back to new exercises after our review. So for right angle drawing, I do want to pop up really quickly though the plan for the next 5 days of sketching. And you'll see it is a little bit of everything all over again. So unfortunately, Marjorie, there are 2 memory drawing moments, but they're short, only 5 minutes. On day 2, you've got a flash drawing, which is sort of like it is a memory drawing. It's the one where you see one drawing for a flash and then draw it. So 5 seconds on the timer and then draw whatever you possibly can, that kind of snapshot that you took in your mind. Memory drawing, you really test your memory by doing the 3 drawings at a time. And of course, y'all can look back to the review we did last week. We have that video up, or go through any of the previous lessons to dive in deep with these. Well, we've got lots of contour and gesture, as usual, all the way back to those week 1 essential lessons. And 1, 2, 3 right angle drawings. So you will be seeing right off the bat with day 1 this new exercise we're learning. We've got some cross contour, and yeah, a little bit of model drawing, and finally some moving drawing. So there's a lot in this week. It's touching base on so many different things that you've learned. I do want to say though, if there's something that you feel like you're really engaged with, that you want to continue to explore. So if you've been feeling like Linda, that cross contour has just been this breakthrough for you, then instead of doing another contour drawing, or maybe the moving drawing, if some people really don't like the moving drawing, then feel free to change around what you think is best for your learning process, because as we discussed last week, Nicolaides doesn't just want to teach us how to draw a thing. He wants us to learn how to learn. So if that means for you, really zoning in on one thing, that would be great. You can download your schedule here, print it off, and
it's different from last year.
It's very different from last year, yes. So I think we learned a lot from last year, but I thought it was better to get a little bit more in this week and do more right angle drawing right off the bat. So yeah, if you were in it for last year, I think this was a pretty simple week. But this is not particularly simple. Right angle drawing. So we've got kind of a mathematical little sketch here that Nicolaides illustrated for us, and this is from the book. You can read up on this on page 72 of The Natural Way to Draw. And what we are learning here is a new skill. We've actually been building up to it. As you can see through our review, everything is connected. We are now working on structural imagination, which to Nicolaides is the attempt to assemble from a different visual point of view what is actually in front of us. So throughout these different lessons, you've been seeing suggestions to think like you're building up like a sculptor, to imagine the 3-dimensionality, to have the sense of reaching out and touching the model. This is all building to working with this right angle drawing, where what you're going to do is imagine your student sitting here in point A. The model is up here on the platform doing their pose. And what you're going to do is on your paper, if you follow this little dotted line, you're going to draw a picture that is what you imagine it would look like if you were standing over here at point A. So, of course, student B, student C, student D would all have slightly different positions, but basically, no matter where you are, standing, looking straight at the model, you're not going to draw the front view of the model, you'll draw as if you were standing 90 degrees, around the corner from them. So for example, if you were drawing me and I was looking straight at you, instead of drawing my face head on, you would draw a profile view, imagining that you saw my profile. So this is going to be really interesting.
Okay.
One resource that I think works so well for us, so we're really fortunate that we have this, 100 years after Nicolaides was doing it almost, is artmodels360.com. So this is another website that is linked in the lesson. You can come back to this. I also posted in our main view. So yes, we've got our models here, a lot of the typical types of poses that you might have seen in lineofaction.com. But what's really cool about this is that these models are able to be manipulated so that you can see them in 360 degrees.
Oh.
So this is going to be super handy when we begin to draw our model from head on, and then want to check our work and see how did we do? What did it look like to see this model from around the corner, 90 degrees to the right. So there are tons of different models we'll be working from, a couple of these today. They also include still images, so this is a wonderful resource. Also, just if you're looking for a certain model in a particular position. But this is going to be pretty fun, and I'm always amazed by what my brain clicks on and how I understand a movement looks and what it finally ends up looking like. So Nicolaides' quote here is to draw not what you see, but what you think you would see if you were sitting on the left side of the model instead of in front of him. And no rules about what style to draw this in. You are familiar by now with so many different approaches. If you feel like contour would be good for you here, weight drawing, gesture, whatever is going to help you get that right angle as accurate as possible. So he says, it is an effort to construct in the mind by using the residue of knowledge from past experiences. So if you find yourself thinking, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what this would look like, how am I supposed to draw something I can't even see, blah, 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 that voice in your head, just trust yourself that you somehow in the deep recesses of your subconscious know from past experiences of seeing the physical form, of doing all these different imaginative exercises where we've been using our sense of touch and modeling in these models. Yeah, you'll know it's amazing. And here is another.
What's the benefit of doing this?
So, as usual, Nicolaides wants us to experience the form in using a different sensory experience. And again, that structural imagination is what this particular thing is all about. So he's basically saying, if you can truly understand the three-dimensionality of what you're drawing, the structure of it, where you don't even need to directly look at the thing to draw it, as we're doing here from the right angle, you're going to be able to make it look more three-dimensional on a flat 2D page. Because everything we're doing is taking the 3D world and flattening it on a page. So to really, really understand how something might look different from one view to the other, that's going to help you understand in a completely deeper, different way how the figure especially looks from 3 dimensions. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And there's another great Nicolaides quote here, so if you want to get a chance to read up on that quote. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive in on this one. We'll begin with Alice, our lovely model here. And you've seen by now a good idea of what she looks like from the side. But we're going to go ahead and draw her as if she is well, we're going to draw her from head on, drawing her as if she is 90 degrees off to the side, or we are 90 degrees to the side, I should say. So I'm going to set a timer for 4 minutes. So this is going to be quick. You'll have at least 10 minutes whenever we're working on these on our drawing lessons. So if you do end up finishing up a lot faster, just let me know, and we can stop. We'll just see where we get by 4 minutes. I'm going to actually be using graphite today, so you can use whatever you like, whatever you think will make the most sense. Everybody ready? And begin. 4 minutes. Any style you like.
I don't see her, Jessica. I'm just seeing you.
Oh, no, really?
Switch to screen share. Whoops.
Thank you for letting me know.
Oh, there.
Oh,
Okay,
I see her.
she is. I had to switch.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're seeing the model now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Wow, we're already about 2 minutes in. One more minute. That is time. So, how did that feel for everybody?
Interesting.
Little weird, huh?
Yeah.
It was easier because we had seen her. We had seen her for a minute. I think the next one will be harder because we won't have seen her.
There you go. So we're testing your memory drawing a little bit.
Now, let's see you're on the second one too, huh? Just a second.
So let's, I should do a reveal. Or should we look at our drawings first and then see again what she looked like? Because I honestly kind of forgot.
Absolutely.
I hadn't seen her.
So here, I'll show off mine. And I'm having a lot of fun with this sketch and wash. So it's like a graphite that you can come back in, even though it's a pencil, and squish around like a watercolor. So I don't know, something like that, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to show off? Barbara? Oh yeah, really nice. Yep, very pregnant. Great proportions, looking good. Bob? Nice, yeah. And it's interesting, I found myself wanting to play around with a couple different exercises. I almost see a little cross contour vibe in the legs you have there. Let's see, Judith, I see you up here. Lovely, very nice. I like the weight of the pregnancy. Feels like she's got a lot of heft right there. Diane. Oh, lovely. Very nice. Gotta love the frame.
Love the frame. The frame never leaves.
Zach, yeah, it's such a great little moment. Ooh,
Oh,
very close
great.
contour. Excellent. Yeah, great job placing the legs too. We did get to cheat a little bit knowing getting to spot them, but it's usually hard to know which one goes where. But okay, I'm going to show again what she looked like just in case we forgot, but from the right angle view, so what we were attempting to draw, wow, it looks totally different. But not far at all. Like, she's a lot more pregnant than I.
Yeah, me too.
But I like it. It was fun.
Can you switch her the other way? Because I drew the other
sure.
profile.
Yeah, so did I.
So I guess
Drew
like
the
this.
way.
So,
Are you-
Is that because you're a lefty? Are you a lefty?
Yeah, but I don't. But
Really?
yeah, I drew her that way.
Nice. Wow. Very different pose.
Not pregnant enough.
Yeah. She's extremely pregnant. I find it so interesting. What I was wondering as I was drawing her was like, what is her spine doing? I knew it must be curved, of course, with all that weight up front. But this view, you really see that extreme curvature, and I have her way too straight.
You know,
so it's good to see where
they're different photos because she had orange panties on or something, which you don't see.
Yeah, she's a.
Yeah, but where are they coming around?
They're just
It must be a thong.
Okay.
Thongs, yeah.
She's as close to nude as she can be, I guess, or comfortable being. Yeah, it's a. They have all kinds of crazy outfits in this one. Okay, well, let's try our hand at it again. So I won't show her sideways this time.
Oh no!
What do you think?
Tough
Should I
hustle.
pick another one? I can take requests if y'all see one y'all think would be better. Any requests?
Do the African American woman.
Tiffany.
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 Great.
Okay.
All righty. Ooh, I'm so tempted to peek, but we'll do. Did 4 minutes feel good for everybody? I thought that was a nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's do it. 4 minutes on the clock begins now.
Are we doing 90 degrees?
Yes, the right angle drawing again. Just
Okay. Yeah.
kind of in case you still are trying to figure it out. Another 90 degrees.
Oh, the police are out.
Yep, we hear them.
Whew. This is another one where imagining what the spine is doing seems really important.
Yep, I hear 'em.
What?
Stops.
We hear them, yeah.
Me too.
I just asked you.
This reminds me of those IQ tests where you have to imagine that the dodecahedron is rotated 75 degrees, and you don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's like,
fortunately.
yeah, weird tests.
Here come the helicopters.
There.
Oh gosh, sorry, almost time. That is 4 minutes. Well, I could have gone another 4 more minutes on that. So I'm going to rotate it first so we can see this time, and then we'll compare how we went. Eeh. Okay, 90 degrees looks like
Oh my God.
that.
That's more than 90. That's like,
Yeah, that's
Oop.
about. Do it the
Go.
other way for the left-handed people.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Okay, left 90.
that's 90 degrees left, but it wasn't 90 degrees on the right. You have to do that again.
Okay. So these are the, okay, so here's the one we were at. Quarter, oops, no, I'm going the wrong way, sorry. Okay, so the one we were at, and then,
That's it.
although,
yeah.
I don't know, I think this might be closer to 90, or let's see. No, maybe not, I don't know.
It's more
Those are
than 90.
This, I guess I'm saying this is 90 because that's what mine looks like.
Oh, well.
So, but I started drawing it more like this, but then I thought she looked like she might be standing with this foot significantly forward. I don't know.
Could
Anyway.
you turn her left again, please?
Mm-hmm. So here she is left.
So the back leg is back and the other one's straight. Yeah.
Turn her right again afterwards.
And right.
The legs are almost overlapping. That's what I thought.
I'm interpreting this as the 90-degree.
I'm not.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as you feel like you're getting the concept and drawing what feels right. But you know, all of these poses are available and linked. I put them in the main group and on the in the chat kind of activity feed portion of things. So I'll show you mine so you can see why I'm obviously very biased to the.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, really good.
It
Really
was
good.
You know, I was wanting to get in on all this. I knew that there was stuff happening, but
Wow.
taking some more time with that. But anyway, I got it from one of those angles. Who else wants to pop up what you got? And yeah, no worries if you don't feel like sharing. This is a brain twister right here. Got you, Diane. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's lovely.
Wow.
Zach, your video is sneaking up on there. Oh, nice. We got like a cross contour. Beautiful.
You're really getting into cross contour, aren't you?
It's apparently what comes naturally, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You're discovering your style. Very nice.
Oh, wow. Look how
Wow.
how accurate that is.
A lot of detail in there. Very nice. Got a good structural imagination. We can start using these fancy words now, though, that we've learned them. Maybe that's what we're getting out of this. Like, well, I used my artistic structural imagination. And so it's a challenge. Oh, great. Judith, let me pop you up here.
I was worried about the
Nice.
spine, so I was focusing on that.
Yeah, you know, I think that's spot on because she had such a lifted, you know, proud chest, and that was something I was thinking about too, is, you know, it wouldn't be the more natural pose, so there was an exaggeration there, figuring out what it might be. So did it seem as challenging as you might have thought? Like, I know when I first heard of right angle drawing, I was like, what the heck? But was it easier?
Easier.
Harder? Great.
Harder.
Harder than you thought it would
Yeah,
be?
because, you know, I've never done figures, so I just don't have a sense of like what a side view is. So, it's hard for me.
Seems like it could be fun to do one of those and then turn it sideways and actually draw what you're seeing from the side.
Absolutely. That would be a great way to approach this week if you wanted to sort of dig deep into the right angle drawing and, you know, kind of do your own thing and draw half time right angle, half time how it's supposed to be. As long as you're drawing 30 minutes a day, to me, that is the essence of our practice here. Just aiming to get that daily practice in, you know, posting is a bonus because we just so love to see what everybody's working on. I need to get better at posting, but no harm or no foul if you kind of take one day to load up all of your drawings or just kind of only post the best ones. That's always nice. So yeah, we do have a little bit more time if anybody wants to just hang out and draw, or if you have any specific questions you wanted to throw out in class. Yes, Carol.
Well, one of the things that I appreciated, which doing either the memory drawing or the flash poses, doing them by myself, I could go backwards and check them. So I actually did the same thing. Like with this, I had done my drawings in the graphite, and then when we actually saw it, I thought, oh yeah, okay, more pregnant arm.
Oh, so smart.
So I used a different color to make. So it's sort of a bit in the direction of what Bob was saying. But I did that with the memory drawings too. Like I totally lost a
Oh.
leg. When I went back and reviewed it, I would draw it in a different color. So I'd, learn from what I was missing, hopefully. I think I'm still being too intellectual with the flash and memory. I don't think I'm getting quite into the right part of my imaginative mind to really get them, because often there's chunks missing.
Well, and I kind of think back to potential gestures sometimes, almost like what would be reasonable, like if there's you remember an arm was going out somewhere and like kind of sticking out in some direction, what would be natural for that pose? And so a lot of my times with the memory drawings, I won't actually end up with the accurate drawing, but at least it's something feasible.
That's a good way to look at it.
You're drawing something. And with this exercise, with the right angle drawing, Nicolaides really is asking us to just imagine everything we've ever known about the human figure. If you see it from this direction, well, what does that mean? It is a little bit more analytical than I'm used to have to puzzle this out, but it's an exciting puzzle. And I remember last year I was obsessed with portraiture. I'm always obsessed with portraiture, and I found that this is, yeah, it's my thing. We all have our thing. We're all here to discover our thing. My thing is portraiture. And if I really am able to sort of get the scan of a person head on, there are often certain cues that will let me know, like, okay, if I'm drawing someone at a dining room and they don't know I'm drawing them, if they move, maybe I don't have their head on view anymore, but you know, from a different angle, if I can still see them, I can sort of puzzle out, like, okay, I bet their nose looks something like this, or with that type of, you know, jawline, they must look like this from that position. So I have found this useful in action whenever I'm trying to draw people from life, and then they move and they're at a different angle, but I still want to draw them from the angle I used to be. So that's useful. Yes, bless you, bless you.
Thank you, yeah.
Any other questions or good practices you've been up to, or anything you want to draw? Yes, Diane.
Yes, I noticed last week and again this week. Remember his concept that things closer to you are lighter? And I think that if you, like when you turn this model, this last model, if you start imagining her elbow lighter towards you and all of that mass lighter toward you, then you have something different. It's just different. The idea of the thing closest to you being lighter was a big key for me.
Excellent.
And it doesn't seem, it's so funny because it seems counterintuitive to me. It seems to me that the thing closest to you would be darkest.
But it gives you that where you're going to make the cutout. If the elbow is right in, if what you're seeing is the point of the elbow and all you see is the edge of the arm going up to the shoulder, you are just seeing that little mass there, and you want to see what's behind it, that dark part behind your sculpting.
I feel like this is something that every person might wrap their brain around differently. What I'm imagining, Diane, is like when I was working on this elbow, like this is foreshortened. Like really, this elbow was doing something like this, but since it's coming right at me, I didn't do the lightness and darkness, but I noticed that my pencil itself, I had very light pressure on the page when I was sketching in this area, because I was like, that helped me have a physical, you know, way of approaching the page that made sense to me, that even though I'm drawing this arm that, you know, if you first look at it, it looks like it's too short, but we really know it's just coming out toward us. And for me, going lighter with the pressure on my pencil helped me understand that. I don't know if that's exactly what you're...
I think what you said about it's saving the space for the foreshortening. It's the foreshortening space is amorphous. It's not the V of the arm. It's the
I imagine it like it's lighter because I wouldn't have to like press out so far to touch it. I don't know. It's some weird Nicolaides stuff. This is the best I can describe it. Yes, Linda.
Except when you paint, your darker colors are in the foreground and you lighten up as you go back. So
Well, sometimes. So that's like a atmospheric perspective for depth. And I mean, we could go into a lot of different ways of using the light and the dark for creating different effects, and sometimes it depends on the lighting. So I don't know.
Class girl.
What's
What?
that?
Class on chiaroscuro. You know, just the
Oh,
black
chiaroscuro. Yes.
ikat or something. There's a Japanese word for it. It's just
Chiaroscuro is Italian for light dark, and that is like what we see with those extreme like Renaissance paintings like Caravaggio, where there's like a really intense light source on the person's face, but everything else is really dark in the background and things are very modeled. So I think I get what you're saying now, Diane, like that sense of extreme lighting and a high contrast where
yes.
you'd have like highlights in the areas that pop out and then deeper shadows in the areas that are going back into depth. So now I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Class on
and that does more applied because of the lighting, but absolutely that's a good way to show that depth. So cool. And so, yeah, I guess that probably about wraps everything up for the week. I love how everybody's sticking with it. It's week 8, which is crazy. 2 months in already, and we're still going strong. So thank you so much for being here. It's really inspiring also to other people who are just jumping in. And there are people who are going through week 1 and scrolling through, and they've been just saying in the group how inspired they are by you guys sticking with it, being supportive of each other, liking each other's work. So that's huge. Thank you guys for being here. And one more week.
Thank you.
I
Oh my gosh.
I must be doing something wrong because I see yours and I see mine, but I don't see other people's posts.
So you might need to go in to the course itself. I think a lot of people are posting only in the 9 weeks with Nicolaides course and not necessarily in the Antonelli Art School like main page. So I think more people are posting in there.
And some people aren't posting at all because I don't know how. And it's
I'm not really posting either.
Yeah, posting is a whole nother thing to have to do on top of just the drawing. So
I'm lucky I'm drawing, let alone posting it too.
right. I'm right with you.
yeah, especially if it's your first round going through this course and you need to learn the website, it's a lot. But
It's not.
or if you ever just want to email me your work, maybe I could post like a hodgepodge of some of the best of from people who don't want to bother with the website. That would be totally cool. You can email me at jessica@jessicaantonelli.com. And you know, it doesn't even matter if it's in the right place per se. It's great just to see things posted. So I'm loving the ongoing adventures of Kathy. So if you haven't seen Kathy on the call before, she's been working through a trip to Vienna that she went on last year, doing like an illustrated travel journal, which is something a lot of people have actually gotten a chance to share with us and include their drawings in the group. So I love it when people are just posting whatever is going on in your drawing life, not just the course. So yeah, thanks for sharing that, Kathy.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh shoot, you were muted. I don't know if I can.
Where is Kathy?
Yeah, you're might have to turn the sound on. There you are.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, I wanted to tell everyone that tonight was totally different than what I was expecting. Nonetheless, I was expecting more free time where everyone would be doing their own project, kind of like a silent book club or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do any of the same stuff that the rest of you were doing during this
Oh,
time.
cool.
I was just using the structure and listening, looking up, but doing my own thing with the travel book. And I think it's very useful. I do, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to diss Jessica by not doing the same thing she's talking about. Rather, I really appreciate all that she's done. I think she's a fantastic teacher, and I still want to continue participating in my own strange way.
Can you show us one of the pages from your travel book?
Yeah, I'll show you what I was doing, mostly gluing tonight. I just hold this up like that. See this page where I glued those things on? I did that first two drawing exercises. Takes a long time. And let's see, this I already posted. I don't know if I posted it right. The drawing.
Bratislava. Great perspective there. Remember that linear perspective we did a million years ago.
Yeah, I was trying to apply some things I'd learned earlier. And then I had made this collage earlier. And what I did just now was cut it out, and I'm working on the date, making the date up there in the corner, and some more gluing stuff on. I'll be writing at the bottom of this page.
Excellent.
For journaling. So that's what I did tonight. And thank you.
Absolutely love that. I think it's fabulous that you're just here for the creative community. I mean, that's what this is really all about.
That's very important. We all need a little extra something to get us going. Well, me in particular, for sure. And I do appreciate it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. It's looking great. And yeah.
Thank you.
I've definitely been missing a lot by not seeing everybody's posts. I'm seeing them now. They're fabulous.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, definitely. I've been enjoying everyone's too, but I'm not sure if I'm even doing it right or not for my own, but we'll try. Keep trying.
Yeah. That's what you can do. Zach.
I think during the beginning of this whole 9 weeks course, I mentioned that I was really keen to start this so that I could have another artistic outlet. I'm a violinist in the city of Houston, and I'm working on different projects. And as a result of COVID and everything that's developed, my performance career has kind of taken a hiatus. This class, in terms of being a really amazing creative outlet and a creative community, really, really been special for me. Being able to find my own little niche in what's it called, in drawing, and it just gives me something to look forward to, and to help strengthen my artistic resolve, and seeing everybody coming every week and really enjoying it. I don't know, I'm getting a little moved, but it's really been special for me, and it's really this place is really, really dear to me, and getting to see everybody learn and express themselves artistically and to implement all these techniques, it's just really special.
Yes,
very sweet.
Very nice.
Thank you for sharing that. It's so amazing how across different mediums, a musician can find the same inspiration or something that is helpful. So thank you so much for sharing that and for showing up. And it's amazing to me that your first real encounter with drawing since being a kid basically is Nicolaides.
Yeah, that's funny.
What a way to start.
Right. Yep, right into the deep end.
Is Jessie Jones someone who comes to the class, or does it?
She just posted a wonderful thank you for everyone being so active in the group, and she just joined. So she's just one and going through the videos.
No idea that Madeline was working each week on the assignments. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, she's been
sent her an email.
Working hard, putting up beautiful work.
Well, thank you, Jessica. You're always fun.
Thank you very much.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you all. This has been a little moment of joy in an otherwise dark day, I have to say. So thank you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Stay
everyone.
safe.